Paul Bear talks to popular YouTuber All in Crypto about the price of XRP and their forecast for it. We'll also talk about what will happen with the price of XRP in the coming months. That was something we talked about a lot on this channel, so it's great to hear other people talk about it. Let's get right to that. You guys won't want to miss this whole movie if you can. Let's do it. I have a lot more Ripple and XRP news to share. Okay, let's do this. My goal price for XRP has always been around $60 in the next 12 months. Okay? It's getting everyone excited. Even the president of the free world talking about crypto. Things are getting worse. And when it comes to its own news, Ripple is in a kind of unique situation. I believe that people are not optimistic enough. I think you're going to see some crazy things. The price we think XRP will reach in the near future is around $19.27. And that comes from the triangle that everyone is looking at. How do you value XRP besides that? That's the thing though. That's when you talk about blue ocean finding, because if XRP is close to $20, it means a big thing has happened. We have, of course, ETFs and the possibility that 401k funds will move into Ripple and XRP. I think it will be a mix of these things, but I think the link to the money system is more important, and that will be what replaces SWIFT. So all of those things that set things off, get back to your point, and I've heard crazy amounts. I don't think we'll see XRP go from $500 to $1,000 anytime soon. Barrett says that those who want a $500 or $1,000 XRP are crazy. It was those crazy numbers. This seems like the safest way to do things, right? It's simple to say that XRP will reach $1,000. People will accept you if more than 100,000 people watch you, trust you, and listen to what you say. But if it doesn't happen when they think it will, it could mess up the lives of a lot of people. Because you need to know, right? People are just people. They look up to people who have been in the space for a long time, have signed NDAs, and are connected, right? These people owe it to the people who follow them to give them all the facts and information. Putting it this way, we're going to go to $1,000 if this happens, and this happens, and this happens, and this happens, and this happens. Okay, if the world dies, everything will be based on XRP, and Tether will fail. Japan's economy will also fail. From now on, everything will be on XRP if these things happen in 5 months. I just don't think that's the right place to tell or give that information to folks. Stop it, please. Let's keep going. Is there something coming up with it? Who knows? My price goal has always been around $60 in the next 12 months. That depends on these specific catalysts continuing to play out if they do. If you look at the price action right now, I'll just go over the chart for you. One thing we've been keeping an eye on is our sentiment. This is a chart trading tool that we made years ago that tracks trade sentiment. It tracks all the sentiment on social media and then overlays that into a Pine script that we made for tracking this. It's called the MSI Market Sentiment Index, and we track two main things. Back when that was, in what month. In the middle of July, this was the all-time high for MSI on XRP. Additionally, there was that run-up that was going on at that time. After that, we had another one right here. The date of this one was August 3rd, which is another run-up. Prices usually move when we see the MSI reacting to general sentiment, and it has to do with how strong this group is. That means this will work because of you. You're one of the coolest people in the world. Not many people are like you, right? There could be only a few million people in the world who see what you see. Maybe not at the same level as you, because some of the people who watch this show are very skilled. There are people in the middle. Is it true that some people are just starting out? However, you all see something that no one else does. Nobody says, okay, yeah, all right, sure, when you go tell a friend, your mom, your cousin, or anyone else. They can't see how your mind works, right? Also, the new banking system isn't built on the same old rails that have been used for 50 years. The idea comes from this new technology that young people are starting to use. People who were bored 10 or 15 years ago will never know about the old banking system, right? In about 3 or 4 years, they should get a bank account, right? With an 18 or 21-year-old, unless their parents give them money or an account. Let's not talk about that. They will never understand how hard it was to deal with the old system. Okay, do you remember before iPhones? What should we do? Does anyone remember someone whose home phone had a big wire that went through the whole house? It was so easy to trip over. Okay, let's get back on track. It says, digital asset investor posted, but I have no idea how big this beast will be. The XRP and Ripple. You can't take XRP away once you stop believing the lies and being led astray. You can see yourself in it. Now, Paul Barron's eyes are really open, hot. People are getting criticized for making crazy price estimates for XRP. We really don't know how big this monster is going to be. That's exactly what I meant. If it meets the goals it set out to do, which seems likely based on comments from people like the president, people have a very small idea of how big XRP really is, and it will need that liquidity to make all of this possible. This is fine when he talks about the president. Know what he means? Trump has said many times that he wants other countries to use American innovation. In what he says, he generally means that the current financial system is out of date and needs to be updated to something like crypto or blockchain infrastructure, which makes the most sense. That's the safest. It is not centralized. It moves the fastest. Okay, You can go to companies like Ripple, which has RippleNet, which is their message service. XRP can be added and sent along with the cash. Well, you don't have to. You can just hold your breath and the payment will be there in 3 to 5 seconds. That's what will happen. That's the truth. There it is, the disruptor. This is a great time to be living in the crypto space. The leader of the free world is being talked about, yes. Okay, on air, he basically takes time to talk about an old financial system and then drafts his plan right away into crypto. You know that he has David Sachs controlling one of his ears, right? Then you start to think that there may be another ear that is out in the open right now that has a lot to do with both the US government and the payment system that has been being built for almost 30 years, okay?